Hello, guys. One time in your life, you're probably sitting in class wondering what the difference is between all these types of motions and the laws that go with it. Turns out, motion, force, and speed are very important to learn about. They explain how objects on Earth move and how they stop. Hopefully, this short video will help you ace your next test, or for anyone else, just give you knowledge. In simple words, motion is the action in which objects move. Motion allows humans and almost any object to move from place to place. Swimming, running, throwing, and wind are all examples of motions. However, motion isn't a term that should be used by itself. There are many other terms that apply to motion that we will learn here, like reference points, speed and velocity, friction, and the laws of motion. With motion in effect, there can be perspectives or point of views witnessing the object in motion. They are called reference points. It is important to learn about reference points because we need to understand them for data and realize that an action can have two or more different viewpoints. Keep in mind as you watch this that the examples in real life don't only apply with cars. The first type of example involves speed. Let's say two cars are traveling down the road at both a speed of 40 miles per hour. For the person in one car, it looks like the opposite car isn't traveling because it has the same speed. But for a person on the side of the road, it looks like the car is traveling 40 miles per hour. The next example, direction, is more simple. Let's say a car is traveling down the side of the road. There are two people watching the car on different sides of the road. For one person, it looks like the car is going left, but for the other person, it looks like the car is going to the right because they are in opposite directions. You may not know the difference between speed and velocity. I will explain that here. Speed is the pace at which an object in motion travels. The range of speed determines how fast an object reaches place to place. Speed can be determined with a formula here. Velocity, however, is different. Velocity is the same as speed, except that velocity includes direction. Like, the car is traveling 10 miles per hour west. The formula is the formula of the two are You probably know what motion is by now, so you might be wondering what causes a motion to stop. In simple words, friction is the resistance that an object encounters while in motion. Friction is always what slows down the speed of the pushing force. The force of the friction goes in the opposite direction of the object in motion. An example is a ball rolling down the hill, but the hill is in the grass. The grass makes the ball travel slower. There was once a man named Sir Isaac Newton. He was an English scientist in the late 1600s who is known for his three laws of motion, explained in his book, Principia Mathematica. His first law of motion states that an object at rest, not moving, will stay at rest unless acted on by a force, and an object at motion will remain at motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force, for example, friction. His second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object depends on the mass of the object and the amount of force applied. An example is a kicked ball. If you use more force to kick it, it goes farther. At last, his third law of motion. For every action force, there is a reaction equal in strength and in the opposite direction. An example of this would be when you throw a ball at the wall and it comes back to you.